Hey everybody, Jason Burmis here, and we got a few things to talk about before we get into the actual INWO Illuminati card pull. First of all, no monetization for Jason. Yes, 1 year, let me repeat this, 1 year after we streamed live, okay, it's actually probably a little bit over a year as I shamed them, but if you can see, here's my YouTube stuff. And essentially what you're looking at is when you get down to, what is it, April? Here we go. There we go, April. You'll see that we still had videos that's February of this year. We got to get back to 2020. April of 2020. Down a bit. Yes. Limited or no ads. You can see that, right? And that's 4.5. So right after that, that's when the channel got demonetized. I believe it was on 4.5. It took a month to be able to review my channel. Apparently in 30 days, I can review my channel again. But today, it came in that I am not approved for the YouTube Partner Program, May 20th. That is wild. And we did it live on air. We shamed them. You know how it goes. More importantly, okay, it seems that we may have gotten rid of that buzz. And we didn't have to buy a new mixer. We just had to creep into the settings of the software itself. Okay? And there it is. Craziness. Thank you, especially to Gritch for pushing me to look for the solution. And I finally found it. And then I want to talk about quickly, again, these ladies who did so well, who I'm so impressed with, whom I cannot express my gratitude for more, okay, for what they have done. They are true heroes. And look, Kim Reynolds, our Iowa governor, has to do more, but this was a big deal, okay? Big deal. So, right now, they're trying, and when I say they, I mean the establishment pieces of shit, to get COVID Kim. Okay, COVID Kim. These people, COVID Kim, right here. Twitter, who are these dirty women who can't be bothered to wash a mask. Oh, this is, look, they're smearing these women. They're smearing the women. They're smearing Kim, and we're going to have them on Saturday. These people are shameful. They're shameful. These people need to be confronted for the anti-human garbage they are. Period. You know, I'm just quickly looking in the comment section, and we got a troll in there. Meteor Dreams. Why don't you talk about Israel, Jason? Are you afraid? Maybe he missed the 25-minute video today with the Last American Vagabond. And the fact we've been talking about it the last couple weeks. But specifically, a 20-plus minute video today, currently talking about the situation today. I mean, these are what these losers do. They're trolls. They're losers. They're the same people that act like I haven't addressed the Pentagon since 2007 for 14 years. Or say I didn't cover Israel's role in 9/11 when it's in my 2008 film in an almost 20-minute section, Fabled Enemies. Wow, the losers. I mean, you can't get enough of them. But we're not here to placate to the losers and the trolls. We're here to win, right? We're here for women and men who are standing up for their rights against this tyrannical system and pushing for freedom. And like I said, you're going to have to navigate this. I mean, we're going to have to navigate this big time, okay? And New York State, for instance, my boy said that at the Brooklyn Nets games, forget about just like a negative test. They want you, forcing you to have it. Forcing you to have it. I mean, it's on right now. It's on. So get ready, buckle up, and you got to be your own hero. Just like I've been saying, you got to get in there. Let's see. So all the documentary films are free, including Fabled Enemies, which I just talked about. But I would also encourage Shade the Motion Picture. Okay? Shade the Motion Picture goes over so much of what's going down right now. So I also want to just say, look, I'm about to throw the gloves on. Why am I throwing the gloves on? Everybody always asks. I always see it in the comments, why has he got gloves on? It's because this bad boy wasn't cheap. All right? We took the cellophane that you see there off. We did not pay $1,500 for this, but it was not cheap at all. Okay. Here we go. So let's just get this in here. But like I said, if you don't know what this game's about, I would encourage you to watch my video where I talk about its origin stories. And Steve Jackson, the 1982 version, Derek Piercy, who signed this. Currently, man, these gloves are not going on well. Let's make sure. There we go. Hate that. Or whatever. They'll get better. Anyway, you can check out their interview about the upcoming video game version that they just did earlier this month over at Steve Jackson's YouTube, which I would encourage. And anybody can do that as well, okay? So that's what we're up to. Here it is. The one with everything set. And you know what's interesting? Apparently Robert Anton Wilson, who is one half of the Illuminatus trilogy, authors with a guy named Robert Shea. I've been listening to more and more of his stuff, and just listen to this really quick. Oh, no, I was watching this one. That one he actually talks about adrenochrome, but not in the way you think. And this one, we'll play 90 seconds of it. So this guy, again, he's a fictional author. I did a whole video about him as well. It's so funny because this has got to be from what, like the 2000s, like maybe even the late 90s, early 2000s. And he, for no reason other than they're rich, at the end of this, just check out the two people he makes commentary on.
Well, I mean, there's an awful lot of genuine stupidity around. As J.R. Bob Dobbs says, you know how dumb the average guy is? Well, mathematically, by definition, half of them are even dumber than that. And, you know, George Carlin, the philosopher Carlin, he's pointed out, if you take a notebook with you when you go out any day, and every time you hear something particularly stupid, you make a note, by the end of the average day, you'll have about 40 notes. But then the thing is, they're not all that dumb. Some of them are just full of shit. They're pretending to be dumb because they want to sell you something. That's mostly the advertisers, the insurance salesmen, and the politicians. They're not as dumb as they act. They're just full of shit. But then there's a third problem, where some people are not stupid and they're not full of shit. They're just fucking crazy. And it's very hard to distinguish who's really stupid, who's full of shit, and who's fucking crazy. I think Bill Clinton isn't stupid. So he's either full of shit or fucking crazy. I don't think he's fucking crazy, therefore he must be full of shit.
Robert Anton Wilson's logic, yeah. Bill Gates.
Bill Gates, he's not stupid, obviously. You can't be stupid and get that rich. He's full of shit. Donald Trump, on the other hand, is fucking crazy.
You know, just that he mentions Bill Gates and Donald Trump in the same breath. Listen, guys, again, this guy isn't like somehow my new guru or something like that. I like to listen to different perspectives. And since I'm just learning about this guy's body of work, and he talks about so much of the subject matter that I do, I think he's important. Okay, just to check out. Thumbs it up. And one of the things I really like is he talks about this, without saying it's anti-eugenics, this anti-eugenics experiment in one of these lectures, in this like 6-hour lecture. And basically, it was the idea, and I actually ripped that one. Well, try not to get any oils. The idea that scientists took these mice, right? And basically, you know how eugenics works. They think if you breed the strongest with the strong, you're going to keep having stronger, and the dumbest with the dumb, and they're just going to get dumber and dumber and dumber, right? That's what they want to make you believe in these false eugenics paradigms. But the truth of the matter is, when they did this with rats, when they bred the smartest rats or mice with, and it's been done many, many times, right? With the smartest, and then the dumbest with the dumbest, instead of just the smarter getting smarter and the dumber getting dumber, what happened? They all got smarter. They all got smarter. They all evolved better. You understand how that works? You get it? Started at the bottom, now we're here. We should all get a shot at the title. We are all inherently human beings and much more special than they want us to believe, and I think that's also important. So, guys, get ready, buckle up. We're finally going to do it. We're going to get back. Let's see. We had the card here. I believe it was right here. Right? This is, yes. So this card was our preview card last time, and it is the Mercenaries card. Let's take a look. The Mercenaries card, right? And now, more than ever, we have mercenaries across the world openly. We have the private contractors that use these mercenaries in plausible deniability situations outside of the Blackwaters of the world, right? Which rename themselves Blackwater after being Academy and XE services and all these different things. Okay? So, here we go. There's the Mercenaries card. Let's keep going into it. One down. Let's see. The cotton gloves, huh? You think I need cotton gloves? I don't know if I need cotton gloves. See, do we have a tip over here? We got a tip coming in over at the Rockfin. And that is from Rachel. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. Let's keep going. You know, I looked at the bottom card, so let's pull it off the bottom. Pretty interesting. Here we go. Media Sensation card. Oh, the Media Sensation. Let's read a little bit of this. You know, we didn't read the Merc card. Let's read the Merc and then the Media Sensation card. Mercs is this small elite corp specializes in covert wet work and things that go boom. Boom indeed. The Media Sensation card says, write in any name from today's headlines. Any number of media sensations may be in play, as long as the names are different and don't duplicate any regular personality card. Destroying a media sensation does not count towards any goal. They come and go too fast. Damn straight they do. So that's 2 down. Card number 3. Oh, look at that. Our good buddy. This is George Bush Sr. Remember, this set was made 94, 95. So, George, you wouldn't have to be George H.W. Bush, right? There's the man. I mean, the man, the myth, the legend, the career intelligence cat, the son of Prescott Bush, who, you know, came up through Skull and Bones, just like Georgie Boy did, just like George Jr. did. Right? CIA head. Fingers all up in that Iran-Contra. What I say? All up in that Iran-Contra. Okay? A very influential figure when you're talking about black ops. And, man, I mean, we could go all night. In fact, I would say this. Invisible Empire, A New World Order Defined has a lot of George Bush in it because he was the biggest proponent of a new world. In fact, I don't know that this game exists, not because Derek Piercy didn't love the original game, right? And maybe would have gone to Steve Jackson, but there was such a push by Bush in the late 80s, early 90s, while he was the president for a quote-unquote New World Order. There's an entire section on it in Invisible Empire, A New World Order Defined. Period. Anybody can check that out after this broadcast in the documentaries playlist section for free. The nuclear power companies. See what it has to say. Actually, what did it have to say about Bush? I keep forgetting to read this. It says George Bush is a conservative. Yeah, right. He's a warmonger. When he feels like it. Exactly. He is treated as conservative if and only if you, the Illuminati pulling his strings, want him to be conservative. Okay, so that's 3. And then we got the nuclear power companies. They're warping reality in those reactors. It's unnatural, I tell you. As its action, the group can cancel the action of any other group, even an Illuminati group. That's 4. Let's pull this 5th card right here. Uh-oh. Ninjas. Yes. The legendary ninja, folks. Also in the Illuminati deck. These would be, I would assume, assassins. Gives a +4 on any assassination attempt and a +2 on any non-distant attack to destroy. Any attempt to destroy the ninjas is at a -10 penalty. And any failed attempt to control or destroy them gives them an action token. These are the killers, the assassins, ninjas. Card number 6, another cult. Nephews of God. Now, when I hear nephews of God, I think of things like John of God, right? I mean, you could fill in a million of these different things. We've seen them again and again and again. And unfortunately, even if you look at Jim Jones, right? For instance, people still talk about the Kool-Aid incident. Number one, it wasn't even Kool-Aid that was poured. It was some kind of like substitute. But number two, most of those people ran away and were shot. Some ran into the jungle and got away. Okay? We've done full videos on that. Okay, so cults. Real deal. Let's read it. Want a flower, man? It's free. How about a pamphlet? Can you spare $1? Have a nice day, man. So this is the hippie ones. All right. The leaders of this group hide inhuman cleverness behind a mask of slack-jawed imbecility. Each turn, roll 2 die. So this one's a conservative and fanatic card. That was number 6. Oh, this is a favorite. See, this one, all right, this is number 7. The Loch Ness Monster. Obviously I kind of goofed a lot on the Bigfoot card, and I don't know that there's an Ancient Aliens and Loch Ness Monster episode. If there is, let me know. But as far as sea creatures, one of the things that I did talk about was the fact that they just found that fish that was supposed to be extinct 420 million years ago, and whether you talk about Lake Champlain or the Loch Ness Monster, etc., those type of things, I give it much more credence. Not so much that it's like, a sea serpent or a plesiosaur, etc., that something might be there. Look, this water, the sea, that's a different thing. To act like we've mapped all of that and the creatures within, I think that's imagination land. Again, you look at how big the world really is. It's big. So that's card number 7. It's the Loch Ness Monster. It says, I saw it was there. Call the papers. Call the National Guard. Sell my stocks. By using Nessie's action, you can cancel the action of any coastal place. So it's like a disaster card. Remember, you had the Atomic Monster, the Godzilla type card? All right. So that's 7 down. Card number 8. The Ocho. Thumbs this up, guys. Can we get 50 thumbs? Can we get 50 thumbs? The moral minority. Think about that right now. This is conservative, straight, and they say fanatic, but more and more, real Christianity, people wanting to be within their community and, actually socialize with one another and not have to, wear masks, and give into like this total transhumanist movement. That is being demonized. Let's see. The power of the moral minority is increased by 1 for every other straight group in your power structure. What's that say? The Nomen in... I can't tell what the book says. When we scan it in, we'll be able to kind of see what's on the cover there. And what's interesting is they use Photoshop to color all these and create them. So that's 8 down. Let's get to that 9th card. Oh, here we go. The 90s. Remember, the fiendish Floridators. Bum, 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 bum. So, obviously, there's a difference between calcium fluoride, which is naturally occurring in waters, and then what is known as sodium or standard fluoride, which many times can be a byproduct of aluminum waste. Okay, and if you see bags of these fluoride that they dump in the water, it literally has the death's head on it and a warning. And this is something that Alex Jones talked about a lot back in the day, and I remember Rob Dew did a piece back in the day going there. Okay, so give +5 to any attempt to destroy a straight or conservative group. When you destroy one, draw a plot card. So dump in the Illuminati fluoride in the water. Card number 9. All right, let's dump another 9 down here, guys. And remember, we do them in 9s so that when we scan them in, which is kind of cool if you guys haven't seen this. Basically, it's a way that you can really zoom in and appreciate the cards, maybe in a manner that you don't. And I wanted to get all these digitized anyway. I thought that was a pretty cool idea. And if you look at, say, let's see. Let's grab that one here and put it meow. And then do some of this. And come on down to here. So, like, what's really cool is now, you know, if you wanna really get into, like, for instance, what is on the space science fiction fans card, and apparently it's Footfall is what he's reading. That's really interesting. You can get a real good look at you know, the Vegas cards, anything. And this isn't even full. I do it at about 600 DPI. If you're looking at that grain on there, anybody that's in graphics understands what that is. When you print something, that's like the printing pattern. This is the music industry card. So it also makes for a great background, these cards, at any time in high res. Okay, so we're keeping the gloves on. We're scanning them digitally, so we'll never have to take them out of the box again. So they remain in great shape. Yep, there's the Rosicrucian card back there. It's all there. I'm going to try to get the box signed by Steve Jackson and maybe some of the artists also that were involved in making this. So let's get back to it. And remember to thumbs the video up, subscribe, share, and to make that free Rockfin account. If you didn't watch that full Last American Vagabond interview, we posted about 25 minutes of it today. I would say this, about 25 plus minutes of it today. And then there's an hour and 15 over at the Rockfin. All right, let's pull one from the bottom. Pull one from the bottom of the pull. Ah, yes. The Druids. Now, this one's going to be interesting to me. I'm going to read this, but then now we're going to go on a little bit of a tangent. The Druids may aid or oppose any attack made by or against any magician group, even if it is secret. Ooh, okay. So, the Druids, that's a real deal. So, as I've shown many of you now, I have this book called The Long Ago and the Later On by George T. Bromley. And you'll notice, the owl and the boat. And this guy, he dedicates this to the Bohemian Grove, this old school. We have actually the cutout. And that's not a cutout of anything. That's just because this has been there for 100 years. Okay? So the cutout of him talking about his love for Bohemia, and he was their best loved man. I want to show you George Bromley. So we always do it live here when we do something like this. Let's type in. And by the way, there is some news that the Bilderberg Group may actually be meeting. Shout out to Kriston T. Harris, the Rundown Live. He's also on the Rockfin. I'd encourage you to go check him out there. But he emailed them, and they were coy about it, but they didn't say they weren't meeting. Okay? So I don't want to type in Druids. I want to type in, what do I want? Bohemian Grove Buddha. Okay, there we go. We'll go to images. Now, before the owl, and you notice the owl's on the cover, Bromley is the guy that brought the owl over. Okay, now, obviously, if you look at this, even when the owl is there, old school, you see the robes, you see the druidic-like ritual, the cremation of care ritual. But before that, okay, let's open that in a new tab. I wish that we had the higher res stuff, because I do have the higher res stuff. But the man right here, not in the man in the front, but the man right here, and obviously these are druidic outfits at the Bohemian Grove, that is George T. Bromley. This is very real. And not only is it very real, the other thing that's important is that this is the place. Maybe I should play it. I think I have it somewhere here, and I was planning on playing it anyway. And it is a Bohemian Grove old school news clip where you find out, oh, wait a minute, this is where they created the nuclear bomb. Talks here led to the nuclear project. Oh, that is kind of important. Huh, that's a little weird. That's weird. Let's see, do I have it up here? If I can find it quick, maybe we'll play it, but it doesn't look good. But it's an old school news clip. I have pieces of it in my film. I believe it's Invisible Empire. Yeah, it's in Invisible Empire and New World Order to find. So let's see. There's Barr. I guess we'll save it for another time. But again, so many high-level political figures, so many big moves made in that grove, and we can't just act like they weren't. That doesn't jive well with me. I want people to understand that's a reality, and we can play act all we want, but until people understand that there's politics outside of this large theater, okay, this large theater that is put in front of us, period. And some of that has some weirdos in druidic outfits. That's just fact. That's just fact, Jack. All right. So the druids. Let's keep going. Number 2 over here. The Moonies. The Moonies. More Eastern philosophy. Almost looks like a Hare Krishna, right? Little known fact, Tulsi Gabbard grew up a Hare Krishna. Okay? Just saying. Putting it out there. Guys, can we get 100 thumbs up? They're harmless, they're annoying, and they're watching every airport in the world right now. Okay? So it is kind of a play on that Hare Krishna movement of the 80s that you saw even parodied in films such as Airplane. Number 3. Madison Avenue. Gotta love Madison Avenue. You need more stuff. Buy. This is as good as the Wall Street card, right? Let's see. It's morally wrong to allow suckers to keep their money. Canada Bill Jones. I don't know. Is Canada Bill Jones obviously maybe a real person? I don't know. This can destroy media groups. And it's corporate control. It's a corporate and media control card right there. No kidding. Madison Avenue, pretty notorious, real deal. Let's go to card number 4. Oh, this is funny. So, this is actually a parody of a character that's real. And I'm kind of surprised that they did this, but maybe they didn't want to get sued. So, instead of Geraldo Rivera, who's still on the scene, they've got Gordo Romero, and he looks like a chubbier. Gordo, by the way, means big, for those that don't know. So here's a parody card of Geraldo Rivera as a personality. I did not know this card was one of them. Let's see what it says here. Next up on Gordo, people who believe in conspiracies, are they nuts or just too stupid to live? You decide. So again, media personality, we see this more and more. It's a liberal one, by the way. Although he ends up working for Fox News, but he still takes a big liberal stance on most things. It's funny. Eventually, Rivera went on Alex Jones's show and, was interviewed by him. But on, I believe it was the 5th anniversary of 9/11, while we were down there, it was either the 5th or the 6th. Man, it's such a long time ago, but I actually still have that video. Alex Jones bullhorned Geraldo Rivera, and he flipped him off. Rivera later did look at Building 7 again and start questioning things. But still, these guys never spoke out enough and still haven't. So, Gordo Romero. That's funny. 5th card in a second pull. Oh, here we go. I guess it wouldn't be an Illuminati conspiracy theory without a card that speaks for itself. The Flat Earthers card. Many people know how I feel about the Flat Earth. Not a fan. However, I do sympathize with you Flat Earthers because as you find out when you listen to people like Richard Anton Wilson, these theories of quantum mechanics or being in a simulation, etc., are out there. So, if we're in a simulation, are we really on a ball or a flat Earth? No. If we really are zeros and ones or in a multiverse or inside, something that's not base reality, Are we really on a globe? I guess not, right? No, I don't believe any of that stuff. I think it's one shot at the title. I think that whatever these theories on what quantum mechanics really are, it's not what we think. It's just interesting that this card was mid-90s, and this one didn't really make a big comeback until post 9/11 Truth, and after the term truther in like 2006 started to get out there to smear people. That was the rise of this, but I'd say it was even more around 2009 and 10 that you started to see that. So let's get those thumbs up, huh? Can we get 85 thumbs? Can we do it? All right, so that's 5 down, 2, 4, 5. Let's keep doing it up. 6, Loan Sharks. You gotta like that, a little bit of muscle there. Pretty self-explanatory card. Let's read it. It's Wednesday. Where's my $6,000? Violent and criminal. That's 6 cards. 3 more to go in the stack. Tell you what, if we don't get to 120 thumbs up, we're not going to do a third set. But we got 3 more cards to go before we get through the second one. Lawyers. Gotta love those lawyers. Let's see what it says on the lawyers card. Any group in your power structure gets +4 defense bonus against any attack made or aided by a government or corporate group. You don't have to pay taxes to the IRS, and it is a criminal organization as they count that cheese. They're counting that cheese. 2 more to go. 2 more to go. Oh, the infamous Pentagon card. So many people have pointed to this card as, again, it is in the middle of the 90s, and you do have the other nuclear attack card that does resemble the World Trade Center attack. And this is a straight violent and government card. And, you know, it would be hard-pressed to not say, wow, they had an attack on the Pentagon in there, huh? Way before it got there. We got 1 more card to pull. I'm going to read this here. 25 thumbs, 1 card. Probably not happening, guys. Each corporate group directly controlled by the Pentagon lets you draw 1 extra plot card each turn. So there it is, the Pentagon card. Nice. Let's go. Certainly more significant than even they were in the 90s, although a hot commodity because they just launched Star Trek The Next Generation, I think late 80s style, and it was going strong. They had spin-offs on that like Deep Space Nine, and I think even another one at the time. The Trekkies, right? And science fiction, just like that. That's all been used, in my opinion, to kind of push this, alien, this faux alien agenda. Right, we see it all. We're flooded with it. It's on Tucker Carlson. It's all over the news. These Pentagon videos, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Apparently, even Barack Obama is kind of weighing in on it. Right? It's kind of ridiculousness. So the Trekkies. Any media group gets a +4 on any attack to control the Trekkies. However, the Trekkies also get a +4 on any direct attack to control any media group. And, you know, the dorks, let's be honest, they do have a lot more power these days, don't they? I mean, they were able to get Justice League made into a 4-hour movie after the fact. So they absolutely do have a ton of power. Let's see, we only have 103 likes. We got 125 people. I'm going to tell you what, right now it says 10:49 on my clock. I'll give it the minute and change to get 120 likes as I rant and rave. If we get there, we'll pull another 9 cards. Otherwise, we're going to end this. I do want to talk really quickly, again, if you're just joining or you didn't join early enough, about how I really would love for you people who are on Twitter to take to Twitter and defend these women, okay? Defend these women who don't want their children abused. And now they're trying to rake Kim Reynolds through the coals and trying to say that she's going to, be the reason that people die instead of the fact that she just stopped a bunch of child abuse that these women were trying to stop in a county and we're having all sorts of breakdowns with. And people have to know we're done. We're done. They're the blueprint. And I told them it wasn't over, and I told them that they would still be demonized, and I told them they're still going to have to fight, and we all are. Because it goes beyond just, the mass on our kids. So please, please, please take to Twitter, and when you see the ridiculous hashtag COVIDKim, okay, you defend Kim Reynolds and her actions. Because these people are disgusting, they're anti-human, they're gross. 3 more thumbs, it's going to hit 51, we're not going to do 9 more. 2 more thumbs. Can we get them? Can we get them? I don't know. I don't know if it's going to happen. I don't know. 19. Oh, we just missed it, it looks like. Because it's 10:51 over here. I'm kidding. We're going to do it. There's the 21. It went through. I know you guys would all have been pissed. By the way, I love you guys. And we're doing these, to have a little bit of fun with everything. They're kind of tongue-in-cheek, but you do actually get to go over what's factual in here, what had a basis in reality, and, what was in the ether for such a long time. So here we go. Here, let's pull one from the bottom. First one of the next 9. The Spear of Longinus. Or Longinus? Longinus. I don't know much about this. Let's read it. This is one of those artifact cards, I guess. Unique magic artifact. This artifact, both sacred and cursed, can be used once per attack whenever you wish. Let's see. It can attack or destroy or disaster. So just a magic artifact. The Spear of Longinus. No idea if that's based in any sort of lore or reality. Let's go. Card number 2. Oh, wow. Here we go. Wow. We actually talked about this. Okay. Oh, man, this is a tough one. I've never seen this card either. And targeted individuals have now been a thing. Take a look. Orbital mind control lasers. Now, as you know, we did a video last week, I think, where the White House actually acknowledged basically directed energy weapons, let's see where it is, that had been used right here, microwave weapons in D.C., at the Ellipse, and also suspected to be in use in 2019 at Arlington, and that these had been used in diplomatic, basically, diplomats and other agencies elsewhere had said they'd been hit with these too. And of course, it's Russia, they're saying, but it could be anyway. So this is the orbital mind control lasers. Let's see what it says. Okay. By using the laser's action, you may add, remove, or reverse an alignment of any group in play. You may do this at any time except during a privileged attack. The change lasts only for the rest of the current player's turn. It's a unique gadget and an action. Mind control lasers. And by the way, I do want to kind of talk about, human brain interfaces. That DARPA tech that's decades and decades and decades old. Okay? So that's 2 down in the next set of 9. Number 3. Oh. The Klan. The KKK. Now, the KKK, number 1, if you look at people like, I don't know, Joe Biden. You had Joe Biden at several members of the KKK's funeral, including Robert Byrd, who was one of his mentors, right? Remember, Joe Biden didn't want to live in a racial jungle. And Byrd himself, who apologized later for it, still, he was also Hillary Clinton's mentor as well. The KKK also notoriously used by the FBI, insiders, provocateurs. Same thing with the neo-Nazis. I'm assuming they're going to have a card as well. And let's just read what it has to say about the Klan. If the KKK makes or aids an attempt to destroy any peaceful group, all violent groups in that attack on both sides have doubled power. The old Klan. And remember, the Klan, Pike, right? Freemasonry. And that's not to say like all Freemasonry is racist or like that's the roots of it. I'm just saying that, you had those old school people in power that created what would become the KKK. Let's see. Number 4. Here we go. Joggers. We got some jogging cards. We're jogging. Look at that. The old cassette player. See what it has to say about the joggers. No one ever suspects a harmless jogger. So this is a assassination attempt. So this is one of those assassins. Maybe she's working on signature reduction, and you just don't know. She's clandestine. There it is. It's 4 down, 5 more to go. Okay. Principia Discordia. And there's a little symbol in there. Maybe you can kind of see that. Okay, let's read what this is. The original manuscript. This is a unique artifact, and it's a weird group. Let's turn that right off. Oh, we got a Rockfin tip right there, and that's from Sonny Oding. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. Let's see. So it's just an artifact, and it can be +5 for their structure. There's some, weird stuff in the background, including something that says Elvis lives. Okay, there's 5 down. Let's go. Oh, here it is, 6. Wait a minute, I thought we've already done this card. I'm wondering if there's doubles. There must be, right? Because I think we've already done this card. Did we not do the Hillary Clinton card? Second time we're getting a Clinton card? Maybe there's, again, doubles in here. But just so everybody knows, the Hill Dog card, she's a liberal. Obviously, she's in there. She's remained in politics. So she's a big player. 2, 4, 6. Huh. Whoa, haven't seen this one. Oh, this is a violent card. Wow. 7, international cocaine smugglers. Bullet to the back of the head, son. Some cocaine in the front. And obviously, when we talk about international cocaine smugglers, right, it's a violent criminal group. They should have put government as well. Iran-Contra, Iran-Contra, Iran-Contra. Did I mention Iran-Contra? Do you know about Iran-Contra? Barry Seal? Anybody? George Bush Sr.? Bill Barr, a.k.a. Robert Johnson? Bill Clinton, anybody? I wish I'd pulled the Bill Clinton card. So this is it gives +4 on any attempt to control the following groups or any of the puppets: punk rockers, cycle gangs, urban gangs, Hollywood, and Manuel Noriega, who's also a puppet. We haven't pulled his card yet. Feel free to extend this bonus to any personality that all players can agree on. And boy, that's about the most violent card, at least graphic card I've seen in this. The International Cocaine Smugglers card. Cartel card, really. Let's see. 2 more to go, guys. Then we're going to tap it up. Thumb it up. Let's get to 150 thumbs if you're new. Okay. Oh, intellectuals. There's a lot of those guys lately. Trust the science, right? There's a lot of intellectuals over in that Twitter feed with #COVIDKim. I didn't understand that. It must be true. A media group which controls the intellectuals cannot be captured or destroyed except by a disaster or assassination, and has its own power increased by 1. It's weird and fanatic. So again, the media uses its intellectuals to promote a narrative. I hadn't seen this card either. And now we usually, we're on the last card, but we also do a preview card for the next time as well, guys. So let's get our last card here. Oh, the gun lobby, and it's shooting out dollar bills. See what it has to say here, and obviously it's violent and conservative. Resistance is 3 normally against any liberal, weird, or communist group. Resistance is 10. Let's see what we got here. Scott Thomas says, so much to learn. Keep exposing them, Burmis. Thank you, Scott. Appreciate that. Anytime a conservative or violent group in your power structure is attacked, whether it succeeds or fails, you may draw a plot card as soon as the attack is over if you still control the gun lobby. So that's going to do it. Next time, we're going to start with Russia. Boy, the Russia card has been played a lot in the last few years, hasn't it? And continues to be played. I'm going to be interested in to see what that card says. But yeah, I mean, guys, you know how I feel about this this whole deal. It's kind of tongue-in-cheek, but there's just so much historical facts and what was in the ether. I think it's a good series. I'm enjoying it. Again, I'd encourage you to check out Robert Anton Wilson. He's not the creator of the game. He's more of an author of inspiration for much of this stuff with his Illuminatus trilogy. I haven't read that trilogy. It's fiction, by the way. But so much out there, and I would just want to say thank you for all the support. If you do want to financially support me, you're watching on YouTube, down below, I'm going to start getting to do either a GoFundMe. I've talked about the locals thing, Stripe's kind of there, etc., etc. But the way to do it right now, the best way, is to become a paying subscriber at Rockfin and endorse my channel, and then you get everybody's stuff on top of it. It helps me do what I do and do what I love, and I just want to thank you for all that. Love you guys. It's not about left or right. It's always about right and wrong, and I'll see you on the flip side.